Then overall, would it be fair to say that you guys at John Burns Real Estate Consulting are pretty bullish on the real estate market? Or what do you think? I mean, and please let the political side of it enter in. What do you think Trump's impact will be on that? I mean, he is our first real estate president.
That's right. That's a good
That's
point.
just kind of interesting, Yeah.
Well, from a demographics perspective, we think it's really strong. As I mentioned, much stronger household formation than we've seen. I think, as we talked about earlier, I think homeownership will actually continue to drop. It's going to drop at a slower pace, but that's partially just a demographic. So it's a math issue. You've got a larger number of...
Tell us about that, because
Sure.
I've always said that I think, and nobody in real estate agrees with me on this, but I think, and maybe I'm, like the Antichrist saying this for my industry, they probably hate me, but I think that the real home ownership rate should be about 55%. I think it should go down. I mean, home ownership is overrated, if you ask me, but go ahead. I think owning a lot of investment properties is underrated. I think that's wonderful, but owning your own home is overrated. I mean, the convenience of and flexibility of being a renter is a really powerful thing, But go ahead.
Sure. So I'll talk about that in just a minute. But we're not calling for anything that's draconian. It's 55% homeownership. But
you think that's draconian?
We think it's going to fall by below 61% over the next 10 years. And that's part of that is just a math equation. You've got a larger number of older people passing away who are 80% homeowners. And you've got a large number of young people coming in who are largely renters. And so the math just kind of works out that way. But we also just think people are going to be less likely to own than prior generations at the same age. One of the things and this kind of goes to what you're talking about, is the single-family rental home has really emerged as a great alternative for people. People who want to be in a home, they want a yard, they want to be in a good school district, maybe they have kids, and so that's really important to them. But they can't come up with the down payment, and they can't meet the monthly mortgage costs, or just really the down payment is a huge obstacle for people. And so the single-family rental home, well, it's been around forever. It's been institutionalized here in the last several years and garnered a lot of press attention as a result. But it's really a great alternative for people who just want to be in a detached home.
I couldn't agree more. And I think for the investor side of that equation, it's the most historically proven asset class in the world. For the small investor, for the regular person, just get yourself a few rental homes and you're going to be doing great. I mean, they got to make sense. They got to be in the right markets, et cetera. But yeah, okay.
And I think, one of the things, it's hard to remember this sometimes, especially like where I live in Southern California, that if you look at all the renters in the country, a third of the renters in the U.S. are renting a single-family home. And you don't necessarily see it that way here in Orange County, where you've got a lot of apartments. But there are parts of the country where, if you look at the middle of the country, there are counties where 50% of people are renting 50% of renters are renting a detached home.
Yeah, right. Just like markets like Memphis are like that. So, and we've done a lot of business there. But I agree. I mean, it's Orange County, and I lived there for many, many years. That's a very expensive market, and you're not going to find a lot of, well, as many at least, owners wanting to rent those expensive homes because they don't make any sense from a rent to value ratio perspective for the investor. You've got Irvine apartment communities, which is one of the biggest landlords in the country, and tons of apartments there. But yeah, so you're saying the renters like renting single family homes,